Yeah, I have been at Hong Kong University of Science and Technology for the past 24 years. The university is celebrating 25 years. And I have been here for 24 of those 25 years. So I have seen HKUST as a one-year baby. And this has become our baby. So we have seen it grow up into the teenage phase and now a young person's phase at the stage. So pretty soon we'll reach the mature stage where you will see the new aspect of HKUST. But indeed, when I came here, it was an interesting challenge. When you are starting with a blank slate, meaning you are starting afresh, there are a lot less restrictions. You have a lot more freedom to be creative. And that is the challenge that I saw when coming to HKUST. And I appreciated the spirit with which this university was founded, the spirit of doing something different, something new, the vision towards achieving something great in the future. So that's what attracted me to come to HKUST. And indeed, 25 years later, you see the result of that vision. HKUST is one of the youngest, but one of the most successful universities in Asia. I mean, the way people learn these days is changing. The traditional university environment, of course, has its own niche market a need that it is filling. But increasingly, people who want skills want to learn just in time. And even though you get a university degree and graduate and go out into the real world, you would pretty soon discover that there are so many more skills that you need to acquire, not just what you have learned from the university, but also something that you need to do every single day. And that is the space that I see massive open online platforms filling. Say you want to learn about AngularJS, you want to learn about Node.js, you want to learn about front-end web development. These things are not taught in a traditional university setting in a computer science department because they are considered to be soft skills that you're supposed to pick up on your own. But there is a massive number of people out there who are looking for structured way of learning these skills. And that is where my foray into both Coursera and edX to offer courses on topics like front-end web development, server-side development, using technologies like Node.js, AngularJS, or Bootstrap, or even hybrid mobile development, and even Android application development that I have taught on edX. These are all ways for offering students with skills-based courses, not theory-based courses, but courses that are concentrating on delivering practical skills that they can use directly in their day-to-day work. So that is what I see myself filling for the students through my Coursera and edX courses. So they complement what you learn in a university, and they are available for anybody that is interested in picking up those skills, not necessarily to a university student. The days of going to a university to get a degree just for the sake of getting a job are slowly disappearing. Today, the industry is looking for people with skills. It doesn't ask you how you acquire the skills. It wants a demonstration of the skills that you have through portfolios, through projects that you have done. And so that is what I see is courses offering for the students. Skills rather than theory. When you think about it, a computer is a machine. And a machine is always under the control of the human being that programs the machine. We have seen sci-fi movies where you talk about robots taking over the world. You talk about robots causing destruction and so on. But you have to remember, ultimately, they are under the control of the human being. So I don't see them taking over, but I see computers as a good support for a human being, taking the human intelligence far beyond what human mind can itself do. And if you look at scientific literature, you hear often people saying that even a human being uses only 10% of their total brain capacity. Imagine if the human being can use 100% of their human capacity, but coupled with a machine, a tireless machine that can deliver you insights that you couldn't have thought of. Possibilities are always there. But always remember, the human is under control. Human is always in control. So I don't think that self-driven driving cars, controlled robots and all that are ever going to take over this world. There is always a human being behind it. So behind every successful robot, there is a human being. To paraphrase the common proverb, behind every successful man, there is a woman. At different stages in life, you have different things that you enjoy. As a young person, you probably are more energetic, and so you spend more time doing outdoor physical activities. But as you mature in your life, even your expectations in your life change. So these days, my spare time is spent more on spiritual pursuits, reading philosophy, ancient Indian literature, trying to understand my own religious pursuits, and so on. And music has always been my companion all through my life. I am trained in Indian classical music, and that is what I enjoy the most during my spare time. But of course, I have enjoyed all kinds of music. I always look forward to listening to new varieties of music just to discover how it relates to what I already know. So just because I have certain preferences doesn't mean that I am closed-minded. I am always open-minded in listening to any music that comes along. But at the same time, I have my firm roots in my own culture. And that is the other reason why I also have started moving towards the spiritual pursuits, because as you grow older, hopefully you become more wiser, and hopefully you will become more mature, and your perspective on life changes, and you're looking for something more fulfilling in your life than just struggling with day-to-day problems. You want to have a meaning to your life, and that's where I started pursuing more spiritual pursuits, and that's what you will see reflected on my Facebook page too. Absolutely. People think that you can demonstrate your knowledge by being very, very complex in the way you explain things. But what people don't appreciate is that successful people are those that are able to impress the maximum number of people by conveying the ideas in a way that is easily understood. When you look at Steve Jobs, since you referred to Steve Jobs, the reason Steve Jobs was so effective was because he was able to talk in a language that touched the hearts of the people that he was trying to attract. He was able to talk in a language that everybody understood. That is something that is very, very important for all of us to do. And so that is where I keep emphasizing the KISS principle. Keep it simple, stupid. This is not my own words. This is something that I've heard from somebody else. The KISS principle, or as you said, simplification. If you cannot explain what you have in your mind in a way that somebody else cannot understand, then you have not done your job right. If you can express what you have to say in words that anybody can understand, then you have done your job right. You don't have to sound so esoteric, you don't have to sound so difficult to understand just to show your prowess, just to show your knowledge, just to show your abilities. You can be just as effective if only you can reach out and touch the people to whom you're talking to whom you're conveying the message. Conveying the message is more important than trying to sound very, very knowledgeable or very, very exotic. So that's what I believe. If you can't make your grandmother understand what you're trying to say, then you are not doing it right. So that's my yardstick for measuring whether I'm doing it right or not. If my grandmother can understand me when I speak, then I have done my job right.